Hey, welcome back. Unbiased views. They're fast, they're furious. Topics to be covered today. Day one of Sydney Test match. And what did the odds look like for Brisbane? With me is Arsh. Hi, Arsh. Welcome back.
Hey, before we start, please hit the like, please subscribe, please give us a shout out wherever you can. Also follow us on our Instagram channel. He's active on Twitter. I am on Instagram. So wherever you can to help your content or intake your content, you can follow us.
Thank you.
So that's his Twitter name as it is. I You can just follow me. You can just follow me on Instagram. So yeah, so talking about the first test, what do you want to talk? So how where do you want to start about? Do you want to start about from the debutants coming in, or do you want to have an overview
Debutant,
about it?
debutant, and a little bit about the mindset. The pitch looks like the pitch was meant for, a lush green outfield. But, the pitch was slow, nothing in for the bowlers. So whoever would have won the toss would have elected to bat. And definitely one of those pitches where, you don't want to lose the toss. So that for me is a disappointment. You want test matches that have results. You want test matches that you go somewhere. But then Warner's inclusion was not surprising. The highlight was Pukowski. Um, Looks like a solid player coming back from an amazing domestic season. What was your take on it?
Dude, he's a monster. So he's a monster hungry for runs, that is for sure. The way he batted was crazy. The way he held on to the innings was really nice to. So it's after some time that you see a batsman who is batting on 26 odd of 70 odd deliveries. So just to hang in there is such a treat to watch. It's not even funny, and for an opener to do it, and for a newcomer in the team, it's something. It's something.
And he will get better as time progresses. Just feels that he is crossing a little bit too soon. His first instinct is to cover the stumps, and I think that a very good candidate for a left-arm bowler who brings the ball in. But,
Is
but
that what
let
we are missing? Is that
yeah,
what
we're
we are missing?
missing somebody like Natarajan. But Natarajan was not really known for swing. It We genuinely miss a left-arm pacer since Nehra and Zahir Khan have left. But
Absolutely.
let's talk about the debutants from our side. Navdeep Saini, how did
Dude,
he look?
he bowled the ball of the game for me. For me, his ball that went in to take the other debutant's wicket was the ball for me. The only point that I wasn't very comfortable was Navdeep Saini coming in on in the 31st over. That is one thing that I thought was a blunder on India's point of view. But then I don't know that, and not including Jadeja bowling in the first, not bowling in the first 30. So he can be a different bowler when he is bowling in the first 30. He got the first ball in at like for 50 40 odd overs. So I didn't see a point there.
Absolutely agree with you there. Saini for me is again a red ball bowler who opens the bowling. So it was surprising that he got a ball. But then again, I mean, in Rahane's defense, the only thing I can think about is the rains, the stopgap, stopping, and us as a bowling unit. More than the batting, I think it's the bowling that needs to be gelled along together. There's a plan that happens, and every single time there is a break, we go back to our premier bowler, Bumrah and Ashwin, to give us a breakthrough. So maybe that was a reason why they were pushed. But again, I believe that yes, Saini with the new ball is a different bowler than Saini with the old ball. Siraj, on the other hand, is better with the old ball. So maybe we missed a trick there. But drop catches brings back the old Saha versus Pant debate again.
Oh, that's not important. That's not important. All we need is a backup keeper.
We need a
So
where we do need that. I again, Pant overseas is I think more for his batting prowess than it is for his keeping skills. And Saha we
that
might
is
see it, but I think it's about time India starts investing in a backup keeper. Considering Saha is 36, 37 now, it's
Saha's
about
not.
time.
So it's fair to say Saha won't come back in the Indian team. So because of his age, it's just the age factor that comes in. With Rishabh Pant, the thing with him is it all comes down to selection, right? To select a purest keeper or a batsman who can keep that is going to decide the fate for the Indian team henceforth. So in my opinion, have a backup keeper which can proper keeper who can keep wickets and contribute for around 30-35 runs, valuable runs, and not give away 60 odd extra runs is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's about time we start grooming somebody like a Sanju Samson and or Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan for me is a better bet in test matches considering his temperament. So
And I
hopefully,
and I feel that he is meant for the future. I see
I
him picking up the World Cup someday when he's leading Team India.
am into that. I hope that is true. So what do you think is going to? What do you think is day two looking like now that weather forecasters have said that we won't really get any rain today?
So this is a slower SCG track. This is not the normal. The normal SCG track is is on the slower side, but this is slower than that. So you expect Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja to fire up. Ashwin was not looking after the drop catch. He didn't look in action. He was just bowling short. He was wayward. So one of those days for Ashwin, it was just not the day for Team India. We didn't really play well like we did.
Plus, you also mentioned that he was bowling short, and I have to say that the stopgap rain and it just I slept early, so I didn't really see the second half of that. But what I feel was also there is a possibility that because of the wet outfield, the ball might have been slipping. It's not really being in the hands or fingers as much as we would like. But oh
Correct.
well, it's what it is. I still think that I wouldn't say that the day belonged to Australia as such. We have kept them in check.
Fairly, fairly it did. So there's a stat, right? If you're able to block a couple of overs, if you're able to have two good overs, the third over is going to give you a chance of a wicket. So that is where we didn't capitalize on the conversion bit. So in that sense, the day belonged to Australia. The way they played in the later half was tremendous, was amazing. Labush Kante and Steve Smith played really well. So to save the day for them. So I
So
would say a 70-30 game for 70-30 leaning towards Australia. It was fairly their day.
So here is the way Shane Warne looks at it. Shane Warne says in any test match, the way he used to analyze was give the batting team 20 odd runs and get two more wickets. And do you think that they are in the lead? So that would mean that Australia are 186 for 4. 186 for 4 is, and if those two wickets happen to be Smith and Labuschagne, I think I very well think that India would probably bounce back. And even if we restrict them to 300, 350, that should be massive. But getting early wickets tomorrow will be the key. Get either
True.
Smith or Labuschagne out. Smith rather. Get Smith out, then the bowlers will have their tails up.
Again, but the thing with so this is fairly a new untested Indian seam bowling lineup. So before this, we are not able to pick up the last five wickets. So the last five wickets took longer than the first five. So this will be a test for the young guys to show the Indian team and show Indians back home that we can do it
I have a feeling that Sani would be able to run through the just
later
because
half.
of should be able to run through the tail a lot faster than Bumrah or Siraj would. But that is let's just keep our fingers crossed and hopefully in the first session we get at least three wickets and we should be back in the game.
Yeah. So the first we are not getting a new ball in the first session. So we are 40 overs to the new ball. Right now it's 35-40 overs for the new ball. So it will be interesting in the second session if Saini gets the new ball and he does what he does best. That will be a treat to watch.
Absolutely. And I really feel that it's if we manage to get 3 wickets in the first session, I think the scales will favor, I mean, tilt in India's favor.
Yeah, yeah, true. So and
Uh,
also,
from Brisbane, that the fourth test might not happen in Brisbane. It's a high possibility, or it could again be one of Australian media's games to unsettle the Indians. But Indian Team India and BCCI have strictly refused to say that we are not going to through another 15-day quarantine. So either
yeah.
you do that or we leave, do the test match in Sydney or Melbourne, or we leave. And let's
So
see now who's
if
in
we play
Australia's.
back, if we play in Sydney again, would you risk Kuldeep Yadav? Would you give him a bowl and make some of the fast bowlers sit? Or I don't know. We'll wait and watch for it.
I was always Sydney Test. I was insistent on having Kuldeep Yadav just because two primary reasons: Chinaman wrist bowler, plus he is a left-hander, so it always throws that extra bit of a mix thing in the mix. Bowls through a lot faster, goes through his overs a lot faster, and complements Jadeja well. There's a finger spinner, there's a wrist spinner coming in from the same angle, so it would have made a difference. But let's just hope. Whatever happens, cricket goes on.
It does. It will.
So yeah, and the last thing I also wanted, uh, moving on from India and Australia topic, the last thing I wanted to talk about was Team Bangladesh was announced for the West Indies game, 25 players, and they had left out Mashrafi Murtaza after serving Australia for a long, I mean, after serving Bangladesh for a long, long time. So
Are
kudos
you
to him
sure he
for
didn't serve Australia? Because there were a lot of games where he lost against Australia. But yeah,
true. But now he has been a good servant for Bangladesh cricket, and I don't know if that is curtains for him.
undoubtedly.
National
Undoubtedly.
lost tons of pace in the last 2 years or so. Used to be in the 130s. Now he's barely doing 120s and 125. So it's
Now he's doing Anil Kumble on a good day.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, I guess that's all that we have for
Yeah,
this.
and Saurav Ganguly is out. So Ganguly, who
That's amazing news. Yes,
that's one good news which is coming out, that Saurav Ganguly is out and he's live and kicking.
absolutely. We always need Dada back in the mix. So yes,
God
Dada is
forbid.
back. Wish him good luck, good health.
God forbid.
So I guess that's all that we have today, right?
Yes, we
All right,
do.
guys. So please do hit the like button if you're not haven't done that already. Hit the subscribe and give us a shout out if you are doing well. Give us a shout out if you are not doing well. Leave us a feedback. We will be glad to work on that, improve on the content. But that's all that we have for today. Wherever you guys are, stay healthy, stay safe.
Bye bye. Peace out.